Hi, everyone. This is Lucien Jeffrey. I am a social media trainer. I have so many roles that I play, and today I'm recording this video purely as a social media trainer. I have been training social media for the last 7 years, and I started training social media based on need. Previously, I was a former high school teacher, so teaching is not my problem at all. But why did I start teaching social media? It's because I went into business. I'm an immigrant in Canada, went into business, but I didn't have any clients. I did not know anyone in this country, but imagine I went and opened a business. I went and opened a retail store, and there were no clients walking in. So what I did, I hit the ground running and opened. In fact, my son opened my Facebook account. I didn't even know Facebook, and my son is the one, as young as he was, is the one who was telling me you can actually find clients online. And so I started doing my business on social media, on Facebook, and my clients came to my salon, so many of them, and they said, can you help me to do what you're doing? And I started helping my clients to do what I was doing. I was not planning to have this as a full-time business, but because I was helping my clients, I started charging them money because it was taking a lot of my time. And I thought, you know what, if it's taking so much of my time, why not charge for it? And so I realized that I could actually make money teaching people and going back to my teaching roots than owning a salon and doing pedicure and cleaning people's feet every single day. So I closed my salon and I went flat out to do social media training. And that's what I've been doing over the last 7 years. And so then, of course, I went on to grow other businesses. I'm not talking about that today because today it's about teaching you. We are starting 2021. We're in January. First week is gone. We are going to second week of January of 2021. And I really want all of us to do very well this year. COVID has hit, and now all of a sudden, people are finding themselves wanting to do business virtually. This is what I've been doing myself for a long time. Now everybody finds that they want to do that. So I feel that I need to take a responsibility to lead the way, to help people to figure it out, because I don't want you to do the wrong thing. I don't want you also to spend so much money that you don't need to spend. So I'm encouraging all of you to send me questions, however way you can find me. If you search Lucien Jeffrey online, I'm all over the place. And that's what I'm going to teach you today about visibility. There's no way you can do business online so much so without being visible. So I'm talking about visibility for your business in 2021. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to stop the video so I can share my screen and walk you through step by step. I'll prepare a PowerPoint presentation and I'll be able to answer your questions in terms of what you need to do about visibility. So you may want to pay money to Google or to whoever you want to pay, but there are certain things that you can do on your own and be visible online without having to pay a lot of money. So let me stop the video and share my screen so I can walk you through everything. Awesome. So now I'm going to share my screen. I have my PowerPoint presentation here for you. I'm a former teacher, so I work with the presentations. And I want to talk to you about visibility. Are you visible online? And when I talk about visibility, it's both visibility for yourself and for your business. People are not going to do business with a business. People are going to do business with a person. So it always starts with you. You have to be visible and your business visible. And I'm going to show you about myself, how visible I am online and how my business is visible online. I created what we call the rent car strategy. And so many people have argued with me about this. This is mine. This is my copyright. People have argued with me, but people have agreed with me. If you think about it deeply, what I'm going to say today, I know you'll agree with me. So the rent car strategy, I came up with it, and this is how I thought. If I was driving today to work, let's say to work in downtown, when I used to work in downtown London, and I'm passing through different intersections, and those are the intersections. I'm talking this way because this video will be seen internationally, so some of them don't use the word intersection, but at the crossroads, so the intersections. So if I drive through the intersection and find a red car parked at the first intersection, then I go to the next intersection and find another red car just parked doing nothing. Another one, another one, another one, another one. By the time I get to work, I've seen 8 red cars. They are just parked at the intersection. They are not moving. Obviously, by the end of the day, I'll still be remembering that I saw 8 red cars looking exactly the same, looking great, just parked, doing nothing. So that's what I tell you to do. You want to keep at the top of the mind of your clients. You need to be visible. You need to be available in multiple places, online and offline. So you can decide to be available. And so these are my rent cars. You can be available on Facebook, that is one rent car, on Twitter, another rent car, on WhatsApp, on YouTube, on Google, on Instagram, on LinkedIn, on Snapchat, wherever you want to appear, you can decide to appear in those places. And as people are online searching and doing whatever they are doing, they will see your business and they will not forget that they have seen your business multiple times. So that's what I do. I'm available everywhere online, wherever you go. In fact, there are people who went on WhatsApp and they say they saw me on WhatsApp and they say, "Oh, Lucy, are you also on WhatsApp?" I said, "Yes, I'm on WhatsApp." So I'm everywhere where I can be able, I put a footprint wherever I can be able to put it online. So that's what I would recommend for all of you to do. So the next strategy under the rent car strategy is you can just be visible online, just set up. You go to all these social media sites and create an account. You create an account for you, an account for your business. So that means that you're available 2 times. So 8 times, 8 times 2 times, that's 16 times that you're available online. But you can also take the next step. And the next step is if you again you're driving the following day, today you saw the rent car, it was stationary, not moving, but the following day you drive and see the owner of the rent car is just sitting inside the vehicle. He's not doing anything, he's just sitting there. Again, you pass 8 cars and there's someone sitting doing nothing. He's right inside. So that creates a second level of visibility that I saw the car and I saw someone sitting in the vehicle doing nothing. What does that do to you? It raises curiosity. You want to know what's going on. What's happening with this vehicle? What's happening with this person? Could he be sick? Do I need to call the police? Do I need to go there and talk to them and find out what is happening? So when you create the next level of activity, it makes people want to talk to you, right? It makes people want to talk to you. So the that day, most likely they will stop their vehicle and say, you know what, let me check what's going on. They'll talk to you. They'll find out what you're doing. They'll find out about your vehicle. They'll find out about you. So that's what I did. I have my stationary vehicles everywhere, but then I do some activity. I post every day. I talk to people every day so I can be able to create that awareness. So it's a matter of creating awareness. So think about it. Think about the rent car strategy and think about how many times are you visible online. Yourself, because that is personal branding, yourself and plus your business. So when we say yourself, is having your personal profiles on Facebook, on LinkedIn, on Instagram, everywhere, and then having your business pages. So you need to have that. And if you want me next time to talk about business page and personal profile, I can do that. I find those are basic topics that I've talked about for a long time, but I can definitely do that. So the next point is creating engagement. Remember how I told you that the first time you find a stationary vehicle, the next time you find the driver inside. So it makes you want to go there and talk to them. So on Facebook, on Instagram, on LinkedIn, on social media, if you are just visible and doing nothing, it's helping you, but not helping you. You need to do something. They say out of sight, out of mind. If you're just sitting there looking and you're doing nothing, it's not helping you. I tell people I like giving live examples so it can stick in your mind. I tell people if you're just sitting there and doing nothing, you are just reading what Lucy is posting, you never click a like, you never click a share, you never message Lucy. It's like sitting at the bus stop. You go leave your house in the morning, you sit at the bus stop, and every bus that passes, you are looking from south to north, it passes. From south to north, it passes. It comes around from now north to south, you look. So you are just moving your hand. You're just moving, looking. You are doing absolutely nothing to help yourself. You are not jumping into that bus so you can make a movement. If you don't make a movement, you stay at the bus stop the entire day and you have done nothing for yourself. But here is what you can do. You can go to the bus stop, look at all the buses that they pass, and when the right bus comes in, you jump in and move to where you are moving to. So don't just sit there, don't just do nothing. Don't sit on Facebook, don't sit on LinkedIn and just scroll and use your phone scrolling, and judging other people and saying how they are posting, how they are saying this, how they are doing this, and you are doing nothing. You need to contribute to the success of your business this year by doing something. And what will you do? It is very simple. Once you create the rent car and have it stationary, this is the action that you're going to take. You have your Facebook page, you have your Facebook profile, you have your LinkedIn, you have your Instagram, you have your Twitter. You need to make a post. You need to make posts because then people will see your post. That's an activity. That's one important activity that you should do. And so people say, what do I say in my post? Anything that relates to your business, say it. And I'm not saying that you should do it like Lucy. I'm not saying that you should be posting every single day, every minute, every hour. They say 2 to 3 times a day. So you can make one post on your personal profile and two posts on on your business page, or one post on your business page. But at least for heaven's sake, make one post a day. If you don't make any post at all, your profile is not visible. It's right there, but it's not visible because Facebook and all social media sites are social sites and they reward activity, social activity. So making a post is an activity. So that is activity number one that you must do. Activity number two, go look at your friend's post and click a like button. Use emoji. We have different types of emoji. Click a like button. If somebody says that their family members died, please, for heaven's sake, don't click the like button. Click the emoji that relates to that situation. So it's a sad situation, so click the sad emoji. If someone has posted something that deserves for people to laugh, click the laughing emoji. If you need to love it, click love emoji. So make sure you use the emoji depending on the situation. Make sure you read the post, understand the content before you use the emoji. So I will give you a good example. One time my son fell down in school. He was playing basketball. He fell down so much on the concrete and he had concussion. I posted on Facebook and said, my son has fallen down in school. I've taken him to the hospital. He's okay, but he has concussion. So many people clicked like button. So many people clicked the send button. So many people clicked the love button. So many people commented and said, I'm so sorry to hear this. I hope that Eric is okay. I'm so sorry to hear this. Now, the people who clicked the like button, me being a social media trainer, I looked at them and said, why is it that you are liking that my son has fallen down and injured himself? Why is it that you are liking that? What is it to like about? Why are you not sympathizing with this situation? But I forgave all of them because I knew that they didn't know social media and they didn't know which emoji to use. Now that you're listening to me, make sure that you are very careful and very selective when you're using the emoji because it needs to relate to the situation and you need to read the content before you click the emoji. Also, commenting. It's important that you take time and comment on your friend's post. Make sure that your comments are positive. You need to spread positivity. If you see a post that requires you to have a negative comment, do not post any negative comment below your friend's post. Leave it, pass, and move on to the positive one. Because guess what? The minute you start commenting negatively, you make this person also now start judging you and fighting with you, and you're causing fights. You are going to be unfriended, you are going to be blocked, and that does not help you to build relationships. We are here on social media to build relationships, not to fight, not to disagree with the people. If you disagree with someone's comment, just move on. Just move on. I'm in Canada where we are taught the culture here is not to fight. We don't fight here. We move on. So just move on. I've had cases where I've unfriended people because I felt they were too negative. Everything they posted was so negative, and I don't want that negativity around me. So if you feel that you really don't like all these negative posts by a person, you can always unfriend them. Facebook will not notify them that you have unfriended them. LinkedIn will not notify them. I would rather that than a fight. So I want to talk about sharing. If you see somebody has posted something that you didn't think other people should know, just share it. Just click the share button. That's it. You know what? If you go and watch a movie and it turns out to be the best movie ever, will you tell your friends about that movie? Yes, you will. So it's the same thing. If you see a wonderful post that is going to help another entrepreneur, click the share button and even tag people. Tag them, type their name and tag them so they can see it. I always tell people, if you want me to see anything on social media, tag me, because when you tag me to attract my attention, I'm connected to so many people. It's impossible for me to see every single post, but when you tag me, it attracts my attention and I'm able to see. You can use video. You can use YouTube. You can use live video on Facebook, live video on LinkedIn. Now they have it, live video on Instagram, on Twitter, and YouTube. If you're not comfortable starting to do live video, I have a video training class that I train you and walk you through and practice with you in a private group until when you are comfortable. That's when we go out to the public. For heaven's sake, don't go to start practicing live video out in the public before you practice in a private group, because they say the first impression matters. If people see that you're struggling to do a live video, that will stick in their mind and they'll think that you actually don't know how to do your business well. They might think that way. I can't guarantee that that's what they'll think, but they might think that way. So let's start by helping you to learn how to do live video, to know what content to use for your live video, and then start doing it publicly. I've seen people coming to do live video and the content is like, why did you even do it, right? Why did you do it? So always be ready, always be prepared. As you can see right now, by the time I'm recording this video, I've actually prepared myself. I know what I'm talking about. You can also do blogs. You can post photos, updates, whatever it is that you're doing, you can update by posting photos. I add so many images to my post, and I'll show you how those images work to go and populate the internet. And so that's how you become more visible. Social media activity drives traffic to Google and to other search engines. Social media activity drives traffic to Google and to other search engines. So the more activity you have on your Facebook, on your LinkedIn, on your Instagram, when people go to search on Google, they'll see this activity. And I'll be able to show you about my activity that I do on all social media. It's very much available on Google. So online events, I really highly recommend that you use online events. Online events will help you to be visible on all the social media sites where you have the events and on Google. So there are some search engines that will pick up your online events and show them on Google. So it's one way of doing business on being visible on Google without having to pay Google. So very important for your visibility to have events created. I highly recommend Eventbrite. I highly recommend Facebook for your events. You can have events on Google. You can have events on LinkedIn, on Twitter, anywhere you want, you can set up events. I know you're asking me, Lucy, what kind of events should I do? For me, it's so simple because I host events all the time. But for you, think of something, maybe a seminar. Maybe you want to do a seminar. And if you want to do a seminar, then create an event. Create an event because that event will be visible, and create your event in all these areas. I think I'll come up with another topic to talk more in details about the event, but think about that. Think about a topic. If you don't know how to, I'll be talking about how to create events, but have your topic ready and the content. Google is not the only major search engine. I know so many people, you are just stuck there thinking that you only have to be on Google. Google is not the only search engine, but we have to credit Google because they started this. They started search engine optimization, SEO, and so others picked from there. We have Bing, we have Yahoo, we have 411, we have Yelp, we have Ask. These are popular search engine sites. So again, you can list your business on Google, but if you list your business on all these other search engines, you will be more visible. Google is Google, but Bing belongs to Microsoft. We all know that Microsoft was here before Google, and so Microsoft is also popular. So you need to list your business on Bing as well. So there are other places where you can list your business. Alignable.com. You just type like that, alignable.com, and open an account and list your business. There are so many businesses that are on alignable.com, everywhere from US to Canada. They are all there. Eventbrite, I don't want to overemphasize it for events. Kijiji is also very good. I know it's lower end, that's what people are thinking, but there are so many people on Kijiji. There are so many people who go to search things there. And if you go there are different categories and you can list yourself there. Now, Yellow Pages is still alive. Yellow Pages is still alive. You don't have to pay Yellow Pages. There's a way you can list your business on Yellow Pages without having to pay them. So again, if you want to learn more, you can reach out to me. I'll be able to explain. But this one was really just an opener to show you where you can have your business available online. So the other way you can be visible online is having more than one domain for your business. I recommend that all of you have a domain for your business. I recommend that you have a website for your business. I know that people say websites are not necessary. I think so also, but it's necessary in the sense that it creates credibility. It helps you to be visible online. It helps you to post information there that people can go and read. For instance, if you want to know who is Lucy Jeffrey anyway, how will you know who Lucy Jeffrey is? Other than going online to look at my website and know who I am, what I've accomplished. And so that's why the websites are important. You can actually also use the website to promote your referral partners. So maybe there's somebody that refers business to you, there you have partnership that way. You can create a link to their website. The way I've done on my website, I've created resource pages so that when people are looking for anything, for websites, for printing, for anything, I have a resource center on my website that people can use. So I'm indirectly helping others that I've done business with that I trust. So have a website, have a domain name, be out there in multiple ways. I own Brighton Host. I have to disclose that. Brighton Host is a web hosting company and a reseller for domains, for websites. So if you want to go to brightonhost.co, co not .com, It's .co. You can buy a domain there. They are very fairly priced. We have a developer who can build for you a website, very fairly priced. We give discounts to people who have looked at my training or to people who are part of my network. Again, you can go to anyone that you want. You don't have to do it with us. You can go to anyone. I'm not here to promote my other businesses, but I'm here to show you where you can find fairly priced rates for anything you want. You can now, once you have a domain and you have a website, you can submit your website to multiple search engines free. I know there are so many people who will charge you money to list your business on Google. They'll charge you money to list your business on Bing, on Yahoo. So you can do it yourself manually by going there and opening an account on each one of them. Or you can go and submit your website to multiple search engines. I would like to say that if you use WordPress for your website, you can use Host, a plugin, and that plugin will help you to do that. But if not, you can actually type a free websubmission.com and you'll see multiple places, almost 40 places that they are able to submit your domain and your website. And so you'll be more visible online without having to pay a lot of money by just submitting on one site. And I recommend freewebsubmission.com. Again, I want to ask you, who built your website? Who is building your website? Did they do all this for you? Did they tell you this? You know what? Just by building a website, and I've had so many people say, oh, that website, I've never received any call from my website. I've never received anyone talking to me through my website. It's because the website is not set to do what websites are set to do. And this is what I want to tell you. If you build the most beautiful home in the countryside, very far away from people, the most magnificent house, if you don't call people for a housewarming party, they'll never know how your house looks like, right? So you have to invite people and show them around and show them what you have built. It's the same thing. When you build a website, it doesn't matter how much beautiful it is, how much money you spent on it. If you don't do housewarming in quotes for your website, nothing will happen. And so how do you do the housewarming? You submit your website to multiple search engines so you can be visible online. And the second way is to drive a lot of traffic to your website using social media. So the more activity you do on social media, the more activity will go to your website. So SEO. I know so many people talk about search engine optimization. It's technical. I'm not a search engine optimization expert, but I have people in my network that can do this. I recommend that you get a technical expert to help you with search engine optimization on Google, or you can do self-study on Google yourself. Google has all these courses that you can study on your own, but if you don't have a lot of time to study and to implement, get someone to do it. And again, as I said, we have so many people in my network that can help with that. If you don't have someone, you can reach out to me. So to rank your site on Google, you need to pay money and to compete with others in your trend. So there are so many people say, I want to be seen and to rank on Google, to be number one on Google, but you can't be number one on Google without paying money. I'm being honest with you. We can do all the other things that I told you about visibility, but when you want to rank, that's something different. Ranking your website to be number one on Google in your area, in your category, you'll have to pay money. So let me give a good example of a mortgage broker or a mortgage agent. Remember that the service you're offering is also being offered by others. Banks are offering that service. Banks are offering mortgages, and banks are pouring a lot of money on Google to promote that service. So for you to tell me that you want to rank on Google more than the bank that is offering a similar service without paying money might be impossible. So you need to spend a bit of money, and I say this is marketing budget. Spend a bit of money so you can rank. But again, as I said, ranking is not the only way that you can do business on Google. So ranking is not the only way, or is not lost. I've already talked about how you can do visibility. So let's also look at keywords. What are people searching? So what people are searching is important. If they are searching a keyword that relates to your business, it's important that they'll find you. So does alphabetical ranking make sense? So I see I'm in London, Ontario, and I find that people use the name London in front of their business and then their business. So using the alphabetical ranking of your business may or may not really matter on Google. Those you pay are the ones who rank higher than you. So you might have a name that starts with B. The other one you can use London, but somebody who has a name that starts with Y might rank more than you because they paid money. So really what I'm trying to say is you don't have to name your business using the name of your city all the time. Also use keywords. Let me give a good example. So somebody is looking for a personal injury lawyer in London, Ontario. So if I were you, I'll make sure that every time you post something, you post on Google, you post everywhere, you are making sure that you're tagging personal injury lawyer. So you are tagging and mentioning personal injury lawyer so that that keyword is mentioned many times. And so when people go to search, they are seeing you more. So the person who paid will be seen more. Then the next level is the person who used the keyword multiple times. So someone is using the one lawyer, they're searching for lawyer in London, Ontario. So you used the one lawyer, you'll be seen more after the person who is paying the money. So the money counts to be ranked higher, to be searched, but then when you use the keywords, it's very important. So let's say mortgages, use the word mortgages. So when someone is typing mortgages in London, Ontario, you might rank higher, or they might be able to see you quickly. So does using the city name count really? Does it matter? It may or may not. So somebody might be, unless if they were starting with the London, Ontario mortgages in London, but obviously Google as a way, a smart way of bringing you up if you're using the right keywords. We can go through the keywords, how you do a keyword research, the type of keywords to use. I can do that, but again, it's important that you get the right people, technical people to help you with this, and we have them in our network. So make sure your business is also listed on Google Maps. Google Maps really help with visibility, and they help you to be searchable. So Google Maps are important. So this is the point where I need to pause and say that when you're listing your business on Google, please do not use your home address. Do not use your home address on Google Maps, because every time people search, your house is seen. They see you. So your privacy is disclosed. I recommend that you, if you don't have an office address, a physical business location, you can pay for a mailbox. There are people in my network who allow you to use their office spaces as a mailbox location for you to use it on Google for a fair amount, less than $16 a month. I would suggest that you do that. So when you're listing your business on Google, you can use that address and not your home address. Please don't disclose your privacy. Don't put it out there on Google, because when it's out there, it's out there. So what other topics would you like me to talk about? I'm here always and ready to talk. I'm a teacher. I'm ready to talk. I'm ready to teach. If I know it, I want you to know it. Reach out to me, send me an email, reach out to me on social media, and let me know what you want. Actually, this topic today was requested by one of our members of the Entrepreneur Nation, and that's why I'm talking about it. So for heaven's sake, have your professional profile photo on all your social media sites, including Facebook. I can't tell you, for the last 7 years, I've been training social media. How many people have told me I use my Facebook for personal? I use my Facebook for personal, but I use LinkedIn for professional work. For heaven's sake, even if you use it for personal, change your profile photo and make it professional. Why? Because your clients are looking you up. It's not about you. When you're out there online, it's a public space. Even if you're using it for personal, your profile photo is not personal and you need to change it because also Facebook requires to have that for authenticity purposes. You have to be the one there, not your dog, not the sporting company that you support. It has to be you. Your photo has to be on Facebook, especially if you're in business, because your clients are looking you up. For instance, myself, I don't do business with anyone that I've not looked up. I go on Google, I go on Facebook, I go everywhere and look people up to make sure that they're authentic. I don't even connect and stay connected with people who have no profile photo. Because if they put the picture of their dog or the picture of their cat, how do I know who this person is? Because when they send me a message, all I'm seeing is a dog, all I'm seeing is a cat. So I cannot do business with someone who doesn't have a profile photo. And I want you to know that's where the world is going. So even if you use this for your personal, make sure that your profile photo is professional, and it's very important. I want to tell you this. I am very strict in the sense that if I request people to change their profile photo and they refuse to do that, I do not teach them, I do not train them, I do not coach them, I do not help them in any way at all. Because if you can refuse to take simple instructions, what other instructions will you take, right? Because when I'm coaching you and teaching you to grow your business, I'm going to tell you to have to change many things. You're going to change many things. If you cannot do the simplest of things, then how can I be able to help you in the next things that are a little bit more difficult? So please take it seriously that way and make sure that you're authentic online so you can be able to build business, considering that all of us now are building businesses online. So that's really it. This is the topic that I have for today. Lucy and Jeffrey here. I've been teaching social media for many years. I'm a former high school teacher. I've been a part-time entrepreneur for 8 years, working for banks and being a teacher. I always had a little business on the side because I needed to have multiple sources of income. I don't count on one income only. And I've been a full-time entrepreneur for 8 years. I resigned from the banking sector, handed in my resignation letter so I could go and do business. I felt that if I put in 8 hours a day to do my business the way I was putting in 8 hours to do somebody else's business, I would be successful. I can tell you I have not turned back. I'm also the CEO of the Entrepreneur Nation, and today this is not about the Entrepreneur Nation. Today it's about teaching you and helping you. But I've built a big network of entrepreneurs where I'm helping them to do what I'm doing to grow their businesses. So thank you so much for listening to me. But I want now to go online and show you what I was talking about. So for instance, let me search Lucy and Jeffrey, right? So you remember I told you that you have to brand yourself. So I'm going to search myself. You can see immediately I search myself what is coming. So the links are coming right there. So Lucy and Jeffrey business strategist. So those are the keywords that I've used online. Lucy and Jeffrey is a business strategist. She's a social media trainer, and I have my domain name lucyandjeffrey.ca. And then you find me Lucy and Jeffrey, London, Ontario. Lucy and Jeffrey, Brighton Design and Print. I connect myself with all my businesses. Lucy and Jeffrey is on Facebook. Lucy and Jeffrey is on LinkedIn. Actually, Lucy and Jeffrey is also on Outlook. So let's see Lucy and Jeffrey, London, Ontario. So we are searching Lucy and Jeffrey, and what comes up is LinkedIn. So LinkedIn is very important. What you put on LinkedIn is also very important. So Lucy and Jeffrey is the founder and CEO and the Chief Visionary Officer of the Entrepreneur Nation. So LinkedIn comes up first. So you can see in terms of prioritizing where you need to be. Also, Twitter comes up Twitter is very important. So all my posts that I make on Twitter, that's why you need to make a post. So this is a post that I made and shows when I made the post. So make the post. Then my website for my company comes up. So you see, the website important in terms of ranking, in terms of visibility. So the website comes up. Again, list yourself on your website, talk about yourself there, and so you can be available. Look at Alignable. I told you about Alignable. I don't do business on Alignable. I don't even post anything there. But I went and created, that's the rent card that is stationary. I went and created as an account and posted a few things. I don't even use it. If you can be on my TV, Lucien Jeffrey on TV, you can be ranked there again. People can be able to search you more if we put you on TV. So it shows there that I'm the host of Entrepreneur TV. And then Facebook. Facebook is also coming up. So when you look at the ranking, when you search me, that's how it looks. Eventbrite is also there. So I put my name everywhere. So make sure you put your name everywhere so you can be searched. Now, this one, I did not put my name there, but because I'm online, they are able to pick information. This is why I say that when you're online, you never know who else can pick your information and help to promote you. So now they put me on their website. I don't know them. I've never dealt with them. Rogers TV, again, I'm on their website because I'm being mentioned. And this one, I'm on their website because I'm being mentioned there. You can see you can go up to 10 pages of Google. I'm available. So please do that. It's very important for you to post. The more you post, the more you'll be seen, the more other people show you. And this is, again, my other domain. So remember, I talked about different domains. This is another site that I don't know that picked my information, but let's look at images. I told you that it's important for you to post images and all the time to have images in your post. So let's look at, go to images under Lucien Jeffrey. Look, these are all the images I've posted, even the images of my clients. So every time I'm posting my clients, their images are coming up, right? So you can use images and you'll be more available online because of images. So this is everywhere where I mentioned my clients, and that's how they are being seen there. They are being seen with me. So you can help by doing that. So that is personal branding. So let's look at the Entrepreneur Nation. That's my main company that I work with. Immediately I type there, imagine I come up, right? Other than my clients, these are my clients, but so Entrepreneur Nation. So let's check Entrepreneur Nation. You can see they're appearing on Google search, appearing on based on my website, appearing based on Facebook, appearing based on the events. So let's look at Entrepreneur Nation London. So this is Entrepreneur Nation. The website comes up. Eventbrite comes up. I told you Eventbrite is very important. This is our main website with more activity. And then this is our second domain. So we have another domain. Then we have the Entrepreneur Nation as a business page on LinkedIn. Remember the rent car strategy, or the rent cars everywhere. I have the Entrepreneur Nation on Alignable, and one of my clients mentioned me in a blog, mentioned the Entrepreneur Nation in a blog. So we appear based on the client mentioning us. Facebook, we are there. This company again picked up our information, Rogers TV again, and we are everywhere. So the Entrepreneur Nation can be searched everywhere. If I go to the images, again, the images, the logos, because I'm always posting them, I'm always posting my clients, so my clients are available everywhere because I talk about them. So several of my clients say, oh, people found us on Google. Sometimes my clients don't take time to realize that I'm actually the one who has put you on Google as much as possible. These are all my clients. I put my clients on Google as much as possible based on my post. Every time I post and take the client's information and put it there, I'm putting you on Google. So when people go and search you, they'll find you on Google. And so it's because I put you on Google. So and just know that every time I'm talking about you, I'm putting you on Google, I'm putting you everywhere. And you also need to do the same for yourself. So let's look at keyword searches. So let's say accountants in London, Ontario. So that's a keyword. Assuming that someone was looking for accountants in London, Ontario. So they get accountants in London, Ontario. Guess what happens? This is where now paying Google comes in, because they were looking for a key search word that they were using. So this is the accounting firm that is coming up. When you see A and D, it means that that's an ad. They are paying Google. So that's the accounting firm that is on top of Google because they are paying. So there's another accounting firm that is paying, and it's not on top of Google, and most likely it's because this one has used London in their name, and they are also paying, or most likely they are paying more money. Most likely they are doing much more. So there are various parameters that you can use to mix things around so you can be visible. But again, paying Google is what will put you on top when people are searching. You can't just, so you can see, even if your name started with A, you'll not be up on top unless you're paying. So it's really not the alphabetical listing that matters at this time. It's if you're paying. So let's say lawyers in London, Ontario. Lawyers in London, Ontario. Somebody is looking for a lawyer in London, Ontario. So there are several lawyers in London, Ontario, and it doesn't mean that they're alphabetical either. But let's go and look at, I think lawyers are not paying that much. We need to have lawyers paying. So lawyers in London, Ontario, again, you can see the ones that are coming up are the ones who are paying. Every time you see ad, it means that they are paying. So even if your name was starting with the letter A or B, this starts with M, this starts with A, this starts with D, it's because they are paying money. That's how they are now top ranked, because they are paying. And also you have to look at the searches. How many people are searching real estate lawyers in London? This is the number. Over 2 million people are searching real estate lawyers in London. So do you really want to be up here? Yes, you want to be up here. And that's why I always encourage people to actually spend some money marketing and paying Google. So let's look at family lawyers in London, Ontario. Family lawyers in London, Ontario. Is there anyone paying? Yes. So we have, again, you can see it's only one lawyer who is paying. Out of all the family lawyers that we have, only one lawyer is paying Google. And so you can imagine when people are searching, the traffic goes to them. So I don't know how you decide who is the best lawyer to talk to and who is not, but the one who pays is the one who is up on top. Let's see who are the other lawyers. Let's say personal injury lawyers in London, Ontario. So let's see who is paying. Whoever is paying is the one who is on top. It doesn't matter the alphabetical listing of your name. So this one is paying this, the ad. And then because they are all ads, it all depends on how much money you're putting in there. So that will put you higher than the other one because of what you're putting in there. Remember that you are bidding, you're competing. And so even when you're paying on Google, they tell you that if you're going to pay much less than what your competitors are paying, that is not going to help you that much. So really, that's what I can say today. I'm just teaching you about search engine optimization today, not search engine optimization, but visibility. And that's all I have for you, my friends. Listen, Jeffrey here, social media trainer, former high school teacher. I've done a lot of research. I'm trained by Google. I'm trained by Facebook. If there's anything I know, I'll teach you. If I don't know it, I'll send you to someone else. Otherwise, for now, I wish you all the best. Great 2021, and reach out, send me topics. I love teaching. I love researching. I love bringing you all that information. You don't have to be the one spending the time to research. Just tell me what you want to know, and I'll spend time to research. I want to thank the member of the Entrepreneur Nation who asked me to speak to this topic, and that's why I'm speaking to the topic. Thank you so much, and enjoy the year. Thank you.